It's training camp season, and today we're looking at the Cleveland Browns and getting our first look at Shedeur Sanders at training camp. We're going to watch him work through some drills, throw the ball around, everything else. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're looking at practice. We're looking at training camp every day at your favorite players, your rookies, your quarterback battles, those guys you're drafting in fantasy football here soon. Click that button. Stop missing out. We're here to look at Shedeur Sanders today. And these are hot clips. They just ended practice. 4 minutes and 12 seconds. I got some of the other quarterbacks baked into this, so we can get this out as quick as possible to you guys. But there he is. And from what I gather in practice is they're grouped up in positions. Not much 7-on-7, 11-on-11, which you'll see a little bit. But it looks like we're getting the gears greased up. We're starting things off in training camp. This is the first training camp practice that's been heavily documented video-wise of the Browns. But here we are, getting it, handing it off, like getting the gears greased up. And if you're new to the channel, we've pretty much been on Shedeur Sanders' watch. And reason why is because it's fun. We're watching the Browns quarterbacks, and we even did that with Deshaun Watson the last couple years anyways. So it's not like it's a new thing here for the channel. We cover everybody and all the quarterbacks in this year's class, last year's class. It's just how it is. Shedeur Sanders, though, from what I've seen, I pretty much saw every throw. I've got all the clips, and I've been collecting all the clips. Every day after practice, I gather them up, and he's been money every single practice. This is a practice, from what I can tell, they're getting the gears greased up. They're getting things ready to be ramped up. They're going through drills. They're getting ready to hit it hard with 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s. There he is back there. I'll say this is a day stacked. And what I mean by that is Shedeur Sanders needs to stack days. That's winning the day, having a good practice, and continue with that. Fighting and proving himself to the coaching staff while Flacco, you're looking at Kenny Pickett and everybody else do their thing and just concentrate on his day every single day. And he's been going wire to wire. Rookie camp, OTAs, minicamp. And that's the thing about that. And today, we're ramping up. You could tell they're ramping up, getting ready for training camp. Getting ready for the meat of it. They're already in it, the meat of it. And you'll see that with some teams. I've seen that with a lot of teams. And then I see teams, first practice, 11-on-11, rocking and rolling. And you get a little 11-on-11 here. You'll get a little bit of that. Here we go. Tossing it out. There we are. There we are. Working through some drills. Shedeur Sanders, though. We're going to have live coverage every single day. Shedeur Sanders. Every single day there's a practice. If clips are out hot and heavy. This one was not open to the public. And the beat writers could have only gotten so much clips, but the clips that were coming out was pretty sparsed out from beginning to end, it felt like, to the point that we were getting a lot of it. There's all the quarterbacks back there. You're seeing them toss the ball around. I get a lot of questions. Why are we not seeing bad throws from Shedeur Sanders? It's because there really isn't any. There really isn't any. I dropped the video. It's about a month ago. It had all the throws that were documented by the beat writers from rookie camp, minicamp, and OTAs. It was 50 minutes long. There's more clips on him than any other player. And he's just been on the money. And some of these sites have been trying to calculate stats, and he's around the 80% range. Like ESPN Cleveland had him around 77% completion rates. And I agree he's up there. I'll just say I agree it's up there with those sites because that's what we're seeing on the clips. The thing is, we are playing with 3s and 4s. We did get to play with the 2s. A lot of people are down on him. We'll just say he's just playing with 3s and 4s, but he got the opportunity with the 2s in minicamp. And whenever a card got dealt with him by the coaches in practice, he handled it well and played well. And that's honestly all you can ask. You got Kenny Pickett there. Kenny Pickett. I'm wondering if anybody's watching any of these videos I put out like Kenny Pickett. I don't like Kenny Pickett. And I've been saying that for years, ever since the draft. That was a bad quarterback class. I do not know who really gaslit the Steelers into drafting him in the first round. Maybe it's from being so desperate for a quarterback. But He wasn't even the best quarterback in that quarterback class. Not even the best one. Malik Willis was pretty good. You're also for that class. And then I like Matt Corral, but he was hurt. It kind of impacted the start of his career, especially with him not being a pristine prospect, a put-together prospect, but had some good features to his game. I think he's better than Kenny Pickett. He proved it in other leagues. It's just injuries really put him back. Kenny Pickett had Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison got him drafted. Jordan Addison pushed him over. Shedur's better than Kenny Pickett. Is a better prospect. If you compare prospect profiles and you just really look at that one for one, he beats him. And then if you go look at the minicamp OTA clips when he's playing with Kenny Pickett, you see the relationship he has with Flacco, where Flacco is like a mentor. He's teaching him some things. I feel like Pickett's learning from Shedeur. Like, I've seen that in a few of those conversations, just watching the energy between the two. I feel like Pickett's learning from Shedeur. And Shedeur's carrying himself like a veteran. We covered the workout clips between OT, from minicamp to training camp, during that dead space that he was pumping out, and he was working hard. He was working on that speed. He was throwing the ball around, working on his footwork. Shedeur Sanders is here to compete. Flacco, though, like, honestly, that's the veteran quarterback they brought in. They probably had that planned out all along, like, no matter who they drafted, when they drafted, whatever, that they were going to bridge that quarterback in anyways, and that was probably going to be their guy to start off the season. And it looks like how this coaching staff runs things, they're very conservative. They're probably going to use Flacco to start off the year at least, and they're probably going to see if they can control the turnover battle, not turn the ball over, control the clock, slow things down, win with that defense, try to steal some wins here in the start of the season, see if they can get in the middle of the year and be in a good spot. But it's a tough schedule. Flacco's had some good runs the last few years, but he's also had some bad ones. He can go and run some throwing picks. If that happens, you got to look at the quarterbacks. Now, you also got to think of this coaching staff. This coaching staff, like I said, is very conservative. It's not about what me, you, everybody else thinks. And also, like, if you just look at these as stocks, when you're looking at these quarterbacks, one's an upside stock. One's a stock you kind of know about now. He's been around for a bit. Other one's an older stock you know about. When you're looking at Shedeur Sanders versus Kenny Pickett, I believe the coaching staff might hold on to Kenny Pickett with a tighter grip than what a lot of people will realize. I think they're going to like him. I think they're going to give him a long leash. Just reading tea leaves with the coaching staff and the interviews with like ESPN Cleveland, the Cleveland radio stations when they talk, they like the quarterbacks though. More news and nuggets. If you haven't heard about Shadur, he's in early every morning. He's with Flacco a lot. Flacco's taking him under his wing. Flacco's teaching him a lot. Those guys are buddy-buddy. And that's from the coaching staff when I'm hearing it in interviews, multiple different coaches, that they're wondering what they're talking about. They're whispering to each other and stuff like that. Flacco is teaching him some things. So the fact that Flacco is there, my mouth's dry, I just got done working out. So the fact that Flacco is there is probably a good thing for him. Like having that bridge quarterback. Remember, Shedur's still a rookie. Like a lot of times these rookie quarterbacks, no matter how good the prospect profile, what do you believe, they still need a ramp up period. That's the thing about that. They still need a ramp up period. So you got to give them that ramp up period. And the thing is, having a quarterback battle should accelerate that. Because now it's every single moment. You got to stack every single day, which is obviously something you should be doing in an NFL game. But it's a must now. It's different. It's a must now. And we're not only documenting the journey for the Browns and to be a starter for the Browns, but considering it is the Browns and the decisions they make, if he continues to stack days, this could be an interview for another team. This could be adding to the resume for another team. That's something you got to throw out there. I believe, and this is my take for the Browns, and it's kind of almost a common sense take, it's too easy, that they're going to start multiple quarterbacks this year. Shadur will be in there. Dylan Gabriel, I know I've talked so much, and if you're new to the channel, you're wondering what I think about him. I think he's a very good quarterback. I feel like it's a shame that he's got mixed in with this batch of quarterbacks because he's a very good developmental backup quarterback who's going to be in the league for a long time. He's going to start some games. He's going to look good doing that in his opportunity. He's going to go back to being a backup. He may go team to team to team and being that dependable back. But that's a great career. That's a great quarterback. Retrospectively, that's a great quarterback. That's a great quarterback in the league. There's not 32 starters in the league. There's 32 starting quarterbacks, but there's not 32 starters in the league. When I look at these quarterbacks as stocks, I'm playing stock market with these quarterbacks. When I look at Flacco, he's that safe stock for the coaching staff that they're going to use to hold on tight. I look at Kenny Pickett. He's that stock that has never really won for you, that you're hoping for a bounce back for some reason. I guess you can say he's a former first-round pick. There's some things to his game. I just never liked him. Never liked the tape, small hands. There's really nothing about him jumps out. He just screams developmental backup that's never going to hit. Shedeur Sanders, upside. Just straight up upside. Just upside all day long. And with him being a rookie acclimated to the game and how fast they're going to push him because they got picks to burn for next year's draft and even the year after if they want to. Like, they can keep funneling him back. He's gotta step it up if he wants to be a quarterback long-term for the Browns. I mean, step it up as in continue doing what he's doing and just playing the cards that have been dealt. We'll see more against pass rush here soon. We'll see more against more exotic coverages and then joint practices. Probably defenders, opposing opposition, chirping at him a little bit more, trying to get under his skin, trying to ruffle his feathers in those joint practices. Because once we get to that time, these players are going to realize, hey, I may not have a job in 2 weeks. So things are going to get a little bit more chippy out there, and it's going to be around the joint practice time, which is going to be starting around early August. I think they got one with the Eagles even, if I remember right, because I was studying that about 3 weeks ago, and I'm starting to forget them now. But those are going to be some good opportunities for a guy like Shadur. Those are going to be some good opportunities. The coaching staff can see what they got in him. He gets to prove himself a little bit more. He can really surpass Pickett, at least to us. To me, he's already passed him. But he could surpass Pickett. He could be in line to where if something happens to Flacco, or if Flacco starts having a run of bad practices, maybe we start closing that gap with the coaching staff. Maybe start closing that gap. That could potentially happen. But we're starting training camp. Things are just starting to materialize here. Now the show is happening. We covered a lot of videos, a lot of commentary, Shedeur Sanders and this quarterback battle. Now the rubber's going to start hitting the road, and it's right now. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. When you're watching, catch you on the next video.